So just like one of the other videos allows us to find C to have a perfect square to complete the square, there's actually a way we can use that same process to find B to create the same situation. So remembering first off that the general form of a quadratic takes on a shape like this. So we have our A term, our B term, and our C term. So we're literally saying in this video we're going to find the middle term so that we create a perfect square given A and C. Key thing to note again is A needs to be 1. This number needs to be a 1. If it is anything else, just like in the finding the C video, we factor it out, no matter what it is. So, the way we find B is 2 square roots of C. Pretty simple. So, say I'm given, for example, x squared plus bx plus 16. A is a 1. The number in front of the x squared is a 1. That's what we need. We need this to be a 1. Then we're going to find this middle term. Well, it's equal to square root of c times 2. Or in other words, 2 times 4, because square root of 16 is 4. So that middle term needs to be an 8. This then factors, just like in the C video, to be x and then plus this divided by 2. So plus 4 squared every single time. We've created a perfect square. It's going to factor that way. Let's do another example. X squared plus bx plus 49. So b equals 2 square roots of 49, which is 2 times 7, which is 14. So in other words, instead of b here, if we want to make this a perfect square, we put in 14. Well, this now factors to be x. This divided by 2 is positive 7, so plus 7 squared. Once it's a perfect square, every time. Okay, let's do one more. And I should note something, that this actually, when we square root c, this is one option that creates it. The other option is also if we say minus 14x plus 49. So b actually has two options. It has the plus or minus, so plus or minus 14, plus or minus 8. So in this case, this one would factor to be x minus 7 squared. Or if we relook at the one up here and put in a negative 8, we would get x minus 4 squared. So you have both options. So let's keep that in mind with our third example. Our third example looks like this. It's a little more intimidating at first, but we can do it. So remember, we can find two b's, a positive and a negative version, to make two perfect squares. The first being, well, square root of this times 2, right? Well, square root of 25 is 5, and the square root of 4 is 2. And 2 times this, these 2's cancel. So plus and minus 5 are what I can stick in for b to make two different perfect squares. The first one being the positive form, the next one being the negative form. Well, this one, if I divide this by 2, is 5 halves. This one factors to be x plus 5 halves squared. And this one with the minus 5 halves divided by 2, I get x minus 5 halves squared. So when finding b, we can actually create two different situations that give us the plus and the minus that would create both perfect squares that have this format.